This is Ron Simmons, and you're listening to InYourHeadOnline.com. Damn!
This is Harley Race, the king, the greatest wrestler on the face of God's green earth. And you're listening to In Your Head.
All right, we're back. Welcome to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the Internet Icon, Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man, 1-inch biceps, the Power Goat. Oh, man. And joining us right off the bat, he's a wrestling legend, former world champion, multiple-time tag team champion, All-American, and he's the man who made Damn famous. He is Mr. Ron Simmons. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. You know, how about yourself out there, Jack? And 1-inch bicep? How can you have 1-inch bicep?
I work hard.
Well, you're just born. You're just born, and you're born with at least 1.5 inches bicep. How y'all doing, man?
Doing good. Maybe you could give interest some workout tips.
Well, hey, I don't think there's pretty much you can do with a 1-inch bicep, to be honest with you, you know. And I work out a lot. I really don't think I got any tips for it, man.
We'll let everybody know that you're going to be at the NWA Legends Fan Fest, and that's at August 4th through the 7th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Marriott Hotel. And you can get all your information right at NWALegends.com, and we'll have all the links right on the website. And this will be our 6th year going. It's always a great time. And no, not just meeting the fans, but you're looking forward to maybe catching up with some of the wrestlers you haven't seen in a long time, or maybe some guys you've never met.
Oh, absolutely. You know, like I said, I've attended a lot of these conventions, and I always enjoy it because the fans come out and, you know, sometimes, you know, they see you at the wrestling arena, but they never get the chance to, you know, to chat with you and go back and forth and ask you about a lot of questions that they have about matches and things of this nature. But this is going to be one of the better ones, I think, that I've attended. You know, I've got a lot of people there, a lot of guys coming in that I've admired and helped me out when I started in the business. I've got a lot of great friends that are going to be there, man. You know, the Funk Brothers, I mean, Jesus Christ, you can go on and walk, you know, and the list goes on. Ole Anderson, I mean, God, you know, Tony Atlas, myself, of course, you know, but this is going to be really good, and I look forward to it, and I really look forward to the people coming out, though, and getting a chance to talk with me and ask me questions and things that they've wanted to know for some time.
Yeah. Now, when like a fan, you know, if they remember something that maybe you don't even remember about your career, like, does that make you know, like, proud of what you've accomplished?
Absolutely. I mean, you always feel good about it. I get letters all the time, you know, with people asking about different matches, about favorite guys that I've wanted to wrestle with, favorite tag partners, things like this, you know, as well as with football, you know, questions about that, you know, and the thing of it is that make you feel the best about it is that when they say that, man, I really admired, you know, this that you did, and how you handled yourself and your work ethic, things like that. That let me know that I did something right, and that's the best part of it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know your former manager is going to be there, Teddy Long, and, you know, I was watching as a fan when he turned heel and joined you guys. You know, I never thought he'd go on to be such a, you know, great talker and personality in the business. Any memories of Teddy Long when he was your manager with Doom?
Oh, man, look, we couldn't have did it without him, man. You know, Teddy is a very knowledgeable guy when it comes to this business and has a lot of insight. And he's been in a long time. I mean, he came up through the ranks, you know, putting up the ring, referee, you know, a manager, and now as of course now, you know, general manager, SmackDown and Raw. So I mean, and a great friend of mine. You know, he helped Butch and I out a lot. His personality there, you know, as well as giving us insight on how, you know, to conduct ourselves and going into the matches, you know, what the fans look for in us, you know. So, yeah, he's a very integral part of what we did. He was going to be there as well. So, for once, we might all be together for once. And I think this will be the first time that happens.
Yeah,
myself and Teddy.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I always thought Butch Reed was really underrated. Well, I know a lot of people think he's great, but, like, he never went on to as big as I thought he should have been. What was it like teaming with Butch Reed?
Well, Butch was, you know, he's a good athlete, man. Great athlete. He was a good football player as well, and he was a great tag partner, you know. But I think most of Butch's matches were, if you want to say, most of his matches were done outside of the ring. Hell, I can't tell you how many fights I broke up with Butch and some of the people in bars That's where he had most of his matches. So, yeah. So that's where I picked up all my brawling from right there with Butch. That's probably where the APA started.
You wouldn't have to be. I don't think you'd be very bright if you'd be going up and picking a fight with Butch Reed in a bar.
No, I don't think you're bright. Because that usually ended up though with a tag team, right? Because once they jumped on Butch, they forgot I was there. So, and then at the end result of it was Doom. Yeah. So that actually was the end result of that fight. It was Doom.
You brought up the APA and later on in your career, but was it as much fun for you guys as it looked like you guys were having on TV?
Man, we had a blast. I mean, and I'm often asked, which was the better two of the tag team and the partners. I could toss a coin, and just like that. And I would hope and pray that the coin would land and stand upright because I couldn't choose. I enjoyed being with both of them, and actually, though Doom was APA was formed off of Bradshaw and our personality. I mean, that was us. That's how it came across so natural because that was us in our everyday environment in life. I mean, we never went out looking for trouble, but when it was there, we were ready, and we loved to have a good time, It was like something out of the Western movies, when we sling open the saloon doors, guess what? The outlaws are in town, buddy, okay? And that's how it went. But no, we had a really great time, man, and that's why things went so well with that tag partner, with the tag team that we had. And that's how come it came across so good because those personalities, what the people were seeing, they were us,
Mm-hmm. Did anybody ever say you guys got too stiff with them in the ring?
Pardon me?
Did anyone ever complain that you guys were too rough with them in the ring?
All the time. all the time. We got it all the time. I mean, when new guys were coming in and when you come in, you look up on the chart to see, okay, who you're wrestling, right? And it was a joke that Bradshaw and I had. We would stand back, and some of the younger guys would come in, and they would look up and read the list, and as they go down, they look, oh, Jesus Christ, APA, oh, man. And then we would go on to play jokes on them. They would come in the dressing room, and they would kind of fidget around to getting up to one of the actors. Well, Ron, we going to wrestle you and Bradshaw tonight. Is there anything you would like to do? And we'd say, no, there's nothing you'll have to do. Trust us on this. and we actually used to love to watch them shake and shiver, man, in their boots. But, we got a lot of complaints about being too rough and beating up on the guys, But, hey, that's what the nature of the business is. That's what the people look for. They look for someone that's going to get in there and perform and do it the way they expect to be done, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever have any particular guys you kind of enjoyed getting a little rough with in the ring? Where you guys always looked like you had a good time with the Mean Street Boss?
Oh, yeah, I've had several guys that I actually used to come in and pray that I was in the match with them. Okay, yes, that happened. Yeah, that happened quite often. And I don't want to call the name because they probably still carry some of the scars from me and John and I kicking our asses so much in the ring. But, yes, there were a lot of them. I mean, like it's any business, there are people that you don't like and you don't get along with. And, boy, when we did get them into that ring, you can trust me on this. They knew we didn't like them. Yeah, there were quite a few.
Yeah. Intern, did you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question from Specson on our message board. He mentions Eddie Gilbert and how you had a tag team with him for a little while. He wants to know some of your memories on Eddie Gilbert.
Oh, Eddie was a great guy, man. He of course, Eddie had been in the business, family thing with him, and he actually helped me out a lot when I went out to Mid-South Wrestling. I think that's probably where he and I were, if I recall, were tag partners there for a while. Eddie was a great guy, man, and I'm taking nothing away from him, but I believe if he had been just a bigger guy, at that time it was the land of the giants, as opposed to where it is now. and he would have been an even better wrestler. But when it came to technique and being a technician on the mat, he was unmatched, you know. But I got a lot of good insight from him when it came to just wrestling on the mat, and he was a very good partner for me and being as a stepping stone for me learning more about wrestling and the nature of the business. I really enjoyed being with him during the time we did tag.
Earlier you mentioned some of the people are going to be at the Fan Fest, and one of the names you brought up was Ole Anderson, and some people are really negative on him, some people really like him. What's your opinion on Ole Anderson?
Well, I mean, Ole was a businessman. I always admired them, the Anderson brothers, you know, Arn, Gene, Lord, all of them when they were, and watched them before I got into business and watched the way that they handled themselves in the ring. As far as personality-wise, you know, we got along when it came to that. But, I mean, it wasn't any, thing we had where we go out and have a beer or anything together. We were never that close. But he and I got along very well, you know, as far as when it came to business and things of that nature. But as far as closeness, no, we wasn't chums, buddies, or anything like that. But I did admire the man, though, when it came to his toughness. I can tell you that. You know, one of the toughest men I think I've ever seen.
Let's see. We got a caller on the line, Dan. I think he's calling in from England.
Wow. You go. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, you got a question?
Hi. Yeah, I've got two if it's okay.
Just make one good one.
Make one? Okay.
Hello, Dan. Dan, right?
Yeah.
Hi, yes, Dan.
Yeah.
When
How you doing, Dan?
I'm very good. How are you, sir?
All right.
When you won the WCW championship, was there any problems backstage with it, or how did it go?
Oh, it went very well. I mean, as far as, and I remember that, of course, you never forget anything like that. I mean, it was a legendary moment for a lot of people, legendary moment for the wrestling world and for myself. I mean, being the first African-American to carry that belt really meant a lot to me and to people in whole, but particularly to African-Americans. And there was no problem backstage, and that was not a pre-planned thing. That was something impromptu when they came up to me and they said, Ron, you're wrestling for the title tonight. And I'm like, and shocked, because I had no idea that was going to happen. And I'm extremely shocked when they told me who I was going up against. Now, that was one time that I was shaking in my boots. Okay, right. But no, there was no problems backstage. I mean, all the guys were very accepting, very embracing, man. You know, that was a pivotal moment, I think, in wrestling history. And I think even myself and a lot of guys backstage had tears in their eyes. I don't think that you'll ever see a more of a rousing applause as far as when that 3 count came when I pinned Vader. I think that's one of the most memorable moments, and it is the highlight of my career. But for you answering your question, it was very accepting. You know, all the guys, all throughout that, were very accepting. You know, no, it went really well.
Now, I've always considered, Vader like the best, big guy. I was just wondering what was it like to, wrestle somebody so big? Was he easy to work with?
No. Not at all. No, I'd be lying if I told you, bro. When you have a 450-pound man as strong as him, as athletic as him, it's never easy. Okay,
right.
The guy, and the guy was unbelievably strong and tough. And believe me, it took every ounce of strength, breath, everything I had to lift and pick him up. And I believe I had to dig in, brother, to do that. Very tough man, very tough opponent. Yeah, my back still hurts now from power slamming him.
Thanks for calling in, Dan.
Thank you very much. I just want to say I love your work, man. I love your work. Cheers, man.
Thank you very much, man. Take care over there, man.
Hi, this is Cowboy Bill Watts. Be sure that you take full advantage of InYourHeadOnline.com. Fabulous site for wrestling memories, what's going on today, what's probably going to happen tomorrow. Tune it in and tell them Cowboy Bill Watts sent you.